birthday card has come for me in the mail. This is odd because A, it is not my birthday, and B, this is not the first time I've received this card. Have a perfect birthday. A cat with cake on his whiskers. Like Brian. He sent it when we were first dating. There's a card here, I say, showing him, though he does not look. He is lying on the sofa, flicking his fingers across the video game controller. He is here and not here. He is removed. Removed. At one time it meant to move to another place. I removed myself to London. Sometime between Jane Austen and James M. Kaelan, it stopped meaning that. But removal is a better word than remove. It describes what happens when you leave. In a few weeks, Brown and I will remove ourselves from each other's lives. The card is from you, I say. No, it's not. Well, look, and I show him. Where did you dig that up? He has now finally bothered to look. On the TV screen, monster aliens applause in their quest to annihilate one another. I used to love him. I love him when they stopped. I never did love him. He never did love me. It is one or all of those things, the reason why we are moving. It came in today's mail. I didn't send it. You signed it. I showed him the inside of the card. Like Brian. Is it the same card? It is exactly the same card. This was a very weird thing for you to do. He shrugs and flicks the video controller again, and the only meaning resumes. I didn't send it, he yells, suddenly engaged as I leave the room. I start pulling down shoe boxes from the bedroom closet. Maybe we should have had a baby. A baby and a puppy and a cat. And a house with big windows in the back looking out of the birch trees and a rabbit hutch and a stream. And not so many drunken vacations and fights. Actually, we did have a cat once. It fell into a pot of boiling water. Thought it was bad. I opened the lid of a shoebox. I don't save much. Money, this relationship, cats that have fallen into boiling water. But I do save letters and cards. I used to love words and rhyme, and now I love one less thing than that. I stomped back into the living room with a card he sent me 8 years ago, and the card that has just come in the mail. See, it is exactly the same card. He eyes me. Well, if it's exactly the same card, how can there be two of them, he asks. I'm an accountant who doesn't save money and loves words. I always act like I'm close to burn. The bookkeeper under me is a large Polish woman, whom I have become friends with, sometimes to my regret. She has decided to drink her lunch again today. She will be woozy through the afternoon. I can't fire on her. If I did, I might as well shove her into the street with a pencil cup in her hands. She looks down at the two cards on the table and is not too tipsy to get the points. Why would he send you this again, she mutters. He said he didn't. He's lying. She was a budding pianist in Poland. If something as large as she can be imagined to have ever been alive. That was before she removed herself to here. She rarely talks about music now, and when she does, it is not even with regret. He didn't seem like he was lying, I say. You do not know her. This is Eastern European wisdom. Nobody knows anybody. Life is hard. Richard. I am 42. I am much older. I don't want to be in a relationship ever again. She announced, do you want to be? I have fought against the urge to pull out warmer clothes before I remove them in November, and lost. I dig into the back of the closet for sweaters and jackets and toss them onto the floor. Everything gets disarranged just before two people part. Things lie in places and stay there. Nothing gets put back. It is not exactly the fall of the House of Usher, but it is pretty close. My hand runs across a silk cotton scarf and I pull it out. A crop I bought on a trip to Cambodia. I don't know why people in a tropical country make, sell, and wear scarves, but they do. I bargained down a woman in a market pound pen to 2 for $1 and gave one away when I got back home. We went to Angkor Wat that trip. We took a boat trip and saw people living in corrugated tin shacks built on stilts, brushing their teeth in the river water. Our hotel lost its electricity at twilight, and we lay down under the bed in the mosquito netting and let the heat and the darkness settle into the room around us. Halloween is coming. Blue is not as good. See what you think when you get home. It's different than yellow. I want to go back to the yellow and just repaint it all with that. It's not your fault. But it's not my fault either. You used to coax him onto the windowsill. But nobody could think an accident like that could happen. I don't like thinking you are blaming me. I don't blame you. Hi. I bet you didn't think you'd hear from me again so soon. Is this too soon? I want to go out with you again and talk more about Cambodia. I have read that Angkor Wat is magnificent. Going there is a dream of mine too. And Turkey and India. I tell Wanda, he's sending me emails. She's run on the work and she is online, like the CNN website. She's a slave to plane and bus crashes. If he is bothering me, you should just make a plan for me to stop, she tells me. These are old. He's resending. She makes a face. What do you say? He's dug up old emails and he's resending them. Some of these are years old. I mean, they're from today, but clearly they're old. Is he not happy about this breakup? He asks. I don't know what to say to that. Once I read in the magazine that a movie star was deliriously happy with her new husband, as if she couldn't be gotten down off the chandeliers. How do you ever tell if anyone is really happy or not? You should move out now, Wanda adds. It's just a few weeks away. I've already picked up the phone and started to dial. Brian answers. Hello? He has a PF playing in his office. Pa-dum, pa-dum, pa-dum. Is all I can do. I reboot. Did you send me an email? Today, he asks. I guess. No. No, that sounds enough. I got some. I think it must be malfunction. Okay. He's not curious. Every strange thing that has happened elicits no curiosity from him. One was about Walsh. That was the cat's name. Do we have to bring him up again? No, we don't. I just feel bad every time. I do too. And it takes me hours to get it out of my head. Yeah, I gotta go. Okay, just, and suddenly I'm mad. It drops on me like a safe on a cartoon character. Just don't send me any more emails. He hangs up. I remember his face as we took off in a tiny airplane from Prague to Budapest. It felt light as a feather. We were light as feathers. There was no weight in the world. We drank in Budapest and had to go drunk. We got drunk and lost on dark streets. We took a cab and ended up in the countryside after a $100 fare. I thought Ryan was going to hit the driver and then get his face blown. Presents are arriving. For my birthday, which it is still not, and for Christmas, which it is not either. Yesterday there was one in the kitchen cupboard. I left it there and there it still is. Today one came by mail to my office, a box of chocolates which I gave to Wanda. I hope they were not tainted. And now there are two here in the bedroom, sitting on a dismantled bookcase. All say the same, from Brian. I open one. Inside there is a knit cap with green ear flaps, just like the one he gave me 5 years ago, which I never wore and then lost. I tried on and look in the mirror. Age has not improved it. I open the other. It is a bag of treats for Walsh, who is dead. Brian! I scream. That gets him off the couch. He tears into the bedroom. I hold up the bag of treats. This is not funny. This has to stop. He looks odd. He tries to take it back from me, and suddenly I don't want to give it to him. He pulls it from me. Wait, let me see, he says. And then his face goes blank. Are you doing this to get attention? He asks. I'm not doing anything, I say. I realize I'm still wearing the cap. I take it off and throw it into a corner. This gives me the willies. You never did like that cap. Remember when you didn't like the hotel in Amsterdam, but you wouldn't say you didn't like it? What was the point of saying it? It's just... Can I stop? We haven't talked about the relationship in weeks. His problems have moved back into his column, and mine are in mine. I mean, why not just say you don't like it if you don't? I was trying to make the best of it. No, you weren't, because if you had been, you would have liked it. He turns his face. I'm glad we're working out of rooms. I was 34 when Brian and I met, and now I'm 42. There is a bridge that you cross between those two ages, but you don't know that you're going across it until you are looking back from the other side. And then you look ahead and you see more bridges.